Is there a new Friday the 13th film in the works? Sounds like that might be the case. Let's talk about that. Hey everybody, this is Mike from fearshop.com. Thanks for checking in. A lot of rumors going around lately about a new Friday the 13th movie that is reportedly in the works. Be curious to see. I will tell you right out of the gate, I hate to spread rumors. I actually try to avoid that at all costs. I don't believe in clickbait. I think that journalists or bloggers or vloggers that do clickbait are just horrible. I went back and forth on whether not even wanted to talk about this, but the fact of the matter is there's perhaps some substance behind the news that a new Friday the 13th film is actually in the works. Before we move on in the video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up or thumbs down if you're not too fond of the content. Let me know either way. Definitely leave your comments. I want to hear what your feedback is. I want to know what kinds of videos you like to see. We're posting videos at least twice a week, doing a lot of the awesome or awful series. And then videos like this are just bonus content as well. Can't avoid talking about Friday the 13th. It is, probably my favorite franchise out of all the horror ones. I always go back and forth between Halloween or Friday the 13th. But Friday the 13th usually takes the cake most of the time. So, if it is true that there is a Friday the 13th movie that's in the works, slasher fans are going to rejoice over this, right? There are signs that the long Jason Voorhees drought is coming to an end. Jason's the iconic hockey mask killer from the Friday the 13th franchise. The whole franchise has been trapped in legal limbo due to this never-ending litigation between the franchise producer Sean S. Cunningham and the original film writer Victor Miller. Now, however, after delays caused by appeals, the ongoing virus, mediation, it seems like there's actually light at the end of the tunnel here. So trusted insider Daniel Richtman teased on his Patreon that a revival may be in the cards, saying a new movie project for Friday the 13th is finally in the works. He said it pretty matter-of-factly. And then later in the day, journalist Caleb Williams tweeted an animated GIF of Jason in action, captioning it, "Soon, hashtag Friday the 13th." It's really hard to dispel these things. These are somewhat reputable people that are saying these items. So, add that to a couple other things. Blumhouse's Jason Blum was recently asked about whether his studio could do Jason like they did for Michael Myers in 2018 and Halloween. And he said, "I don't have an answer. But like I've said before, I'd love to do it. And it's very complicated, but I hope someday." How's about that? It's not an answer. I want to hear because I wish it was right away, but it isn't. Not entirely, a ton of stuff there. Also, in addition, recently reported master of horror Stephen King revealed earlier this summer that he has a Friday the 13th project ready to go. His version is called I, Jason, and is told from the perspective of Jason as he's repeatedly defeated by gangs of resourceful teenagers. As King explained, killed over and over again at Camp Crystal Lake, what a hellish existential fate. But just thinking about the legal thicket one would have to go through to get permissions makes my head ache, and my heart, that too. But gosh, shouldn't someone tell Jason's side of the story? Blumhouse could do it as a movie. So, the return of Jason Voorhees and Friday the 13th, written by Stephen King and produced by Blumhouse, sounds like a license to print money to me. Maybe these connections are a bit of a stretch, but all of a sudden, a lot of these things start to sound really enticing. Like, how awesome would it be, right, to have Stephen King actually pen the next film? How awesome would it be to, maybe go in a different direction as well? I mean, could you imagine Tommy Jarvis returning in some form? I personally would love that. That's the Friday the 13th geek in me speaking, though. I want to hear what you would like to see in the next Friday the 13th film. I've heard some great ideas that I've seen posted online about just different things that people could do. So, I'd love to hear it. Put it in your comments below. So, a little bit about the legal battle. This makes my head spin at times, so I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. In recent years, Friday the 13th was trapped in this legal fight between Sean S. Cunningham, the director of the original film and producer of several of the sequels as well, and Victor Miller, who wrote the franchise's first installment. The two men and their legal teams were battling in court with mixed results. According to reports, the court initially found that Miller held the rights of Friday the 13th, but Cunningham appealed. The case returned to court in February of 2020. And there still hasn't been an official ruling, although it sounds like maybe there may have been, and that's why we're starting to hear these rumors. But the clash basically boiled down to whether Victor Miller was a work for hire. If the judge did decide, or does eventually decide that he was, Cunningham would likely own the copyright for the movie and its characters. On top of that, of course, there's the movie studios. Friday the 13th was initially a Paramount Pictures property, but the studio sold it to New Line Cinema after Friday the 13th Part 8 Jason Takes Manhattan tanked, both financially and critically. Now Warner Brothers co-owns the series with New Line, and while they may have interest in the property, the lawsuit between Miller and Cunningham has so far prevented any meaningful progress towards another movie. So there's a lot to weed through, but all of a sudden when you start to hear rumors, and like I said, if I felt that they were clickbait, this video wouldn't be happening. So I'd be very curious to see what happens, especially in the next days and weeks. Who knows? Maybe sooner or later something will actually happen. Who knows? Maybe there'll actually be an update to the Friday the 13th video game as well. Maybe that'll let some people know that, hey, maybe things are in the clear. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear what your comments are as the news unfolds a little bit more, and definitely what you think would make a hell of a Friday the 13th movie or story idea. Always want to hear it. A lot of people would love to see Kane Hodder back in the mix. Like I'd mentioned, Tommy Jarvis back in the mix as well. Would love to see any of that, to be honest, just to have a new Friday the 13th. I was super stoked for Halloween in 2018, and Halloween Kills coming up next year. Always love to see some slashers, and there's something about the comfort food that is Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. So that's it for this video. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you're leaving some feedback, but most of all, make sure you keep it horror.